ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Pro and Bro Wrestling Podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Arnold Telega Arda.
And I'm Mr. No Days Off, Fred Rosser, the handsome hustler, the man of the hour. And we've got a dynamite episode, man.
We got a dynamite episode. And before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. If you're watching us, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up and a comment. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear and write us a review so we know what we can do better. And what an episode we have today.
But Arnold, before we get into it, I've been seriously, I've been dealing with a problem. Not a problem on my part.
Yeah.
Not about our guests, but I recently did a YouTube episode with a friend of mine. He's the first openly gay college basketball player, Derek Gordon.
Okay.
And the episode was just about dating outside of our race.
Okay.
And from a lot of the comments, so much hate from people on us about dating outside of our race.
Okay.
Like it really bothered me. The episode was like 20 minutes. I didn't say anything offensive about any culture, you know? I just talked about I love all cultures, Black, Native American, all cultures, but I'm sexually attracted to Asians.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is what it is.
And people are giving me so much slack, man.
That's stupid.
So much slack. I mean, I need some advice from one bro to another bro.
Yeah.
Like, how do I handle a situation like that? You know me better than anyone, you know? Like, it really upsets me, man. It really does.
Well,
it really
I think, you know,
me.
this...
But life goes on.
Absolutely, man. I think, you know, this more than anyone because, you know, you're constantly on the public's eye with WWE and all the charity work that you do that at the end of the day, you're never going to be able to please everyone.
Yes.
And all you can do is just be who you genuinely are.
Yes.
And man, you know you've done your part, right, man? Your answer was respectful. And I don't understand anyone can bash on an answer like that. It's like saying, listen, hey, I love all types of food. I love all types of food. But you know what? I catch myself craving pizza more than others. And that's like people going like, what you got against tacos?
Yeah.
What you get? Like I said, I don't have anything against tacos. I just said most of the time, me personally, I crave pizza more. I'm not telling you to always go for pizza, you know? So you're just talking for yourself.
Nice.
And for people who are offended by that, that's their own issues that they have to deal with.
Yeah, they've got some major issues, man. But yeah, it's just been not heavy on my chest, but I just needed to just get a second opinion as why all the hate on me. I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the Block the Hate movement is going to be running wild. It's going to be running wild in less than probably 10 days. You know, November 23rd, I'm in the Jersey area speaking to several schools now and having my match, you know. So I just got to keep doing me, you know. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I love everyone, but who I lay in bed with is what I like, you know. So just unfollow me. Just all the haters, just be gone. Arnold, we got a problem. We got a major problem. I always say don't die with the story and you tell it, and I'm super excited to have none other than Sefa Fatu.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for joining Pro and Bro Wrestling.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you guys for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. How you been, bro?
Oh, good, man. I was just trying to been grinding, man. Trying to make a name for myself out there, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to get my name out there in the scene, the independent scene.
Exactly. You know, right now I'm wearing Ultimate Us, representing Samoan Dynasty. You know, your damn daddy. Your damn daddy mailed this to me personally, you know, so it's one of my favorite sweatshirts. You guys are rocking and rolling. You and Jacob Fatu, I'm huge fans of. Thank goodness I was able to get you on Pro and Bro Wrestling, man. You guys are tearing it up.
Oh yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Yeah, Us is over there doing his thing, you know. I'm doing my thing, so man, we just trying to get our names out there, you know. I don't think a lot of people know that there's 50 more of us. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. No, yeah, man.
There's a lot of us, man.
You guys are a factory, man. I feel like your dad's still like cranking it out.
Yeah, man, Pops got so many kids, man. Y'all don't even know.
Yeah, I always tell Fred this all the time. No disrespect to all the other wrestling families, but I always tell him like, when it comes to a wrestling dynasty, I feel like people can't even argue that it's the Samoan dynasty. I mean, your lineage goes deep, man, like super, super deep. In your family, you got world champions, tag team champions, intercontinental champions, just like a full family full of champions, which is really, really dope, man. And I want to ask you, how was your childhood like, like growing up in a family full of wrestlers?
Oh man, I gotta find a word. It was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been growing up. I've been around it so much. Like I've been like watching it so much. Like it was nothing new to me. Like when my dad had debuted on TV, like just watching him on TV, like it was nothing new. And then like, as I got older, I started to see more of my family members on TV. You got my Uncle Umaga on there. When he debuted, and then the big cuz Roman Reigns. And then my brothers, man. So it was like damn, man, like that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool seeing them on TV and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's been fun, watching them.
Yeah.
And being in the business, I'm around it 24/7. So
for sure.
Literally every minute of the day,
Yeah.
I'm just around it. I'm either with my dad or my uncles, and especially my brothers, man, and us. And I just got back from visiting one of my brothers, Jay Uso, down in Atlanta.
Oh, dope! Yeah, I just saw that he posted like a training video on his Instagram. He's been training hard, man.
Yeah, we spent some time together, catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's pretty cool being in the family.
That's dope, dude. You said you've been around it all your life. Was wrestling something that you knew you wanted to pursue growing up, or did you have like other aspirations?
Man, hell no, I didn't. I never, wrestling didn't come to my mind until like I was like 23, 24 years old.
Wow.
I wanted to play football, man.
Yeah, okay.
And my mind was set strictly on football. Wrestling didn't come to my mind until after when I finished college. Okay. And I started to go pursue football still, but slowly but surely, man, my mind started to transition over to wrestling. So, like when I would work out, man, like football workouts are different than training for and man, I started to like train for like wrestling, man. I started to like cut down and like slim down. Yeah, man.
You have to cut down on the mayonnaise, huh?
I'm the only Samoan that don't eat mayonnaise.
Okay.
I made sure, man. I gotta stay away from that. I hope y'all don't eat no mayonnaise.
No, man, mayonnaise is gross to me, man. I never liked it.
Well, I hope Usos don't eat mayonnaise. Usos probably over there eating mayonnaise still.
Who, me? Hell no. Hell no. I eat clean. I eat clean as hell.
I don't know you've been around Usos enough, man. They love mayonnaise.
Oh, hell yeah. I gotta ask you, is it true when you guys were younger? I know the Usos told me when your dad would be on the road full time and then he'd come home, he'd wake you guys up and be like, hey, come on, dance.
Dance. You know what? At that time, I think I was a baby or I wasn't born yet, but they would literally tell me like, hey, man, dad come home. We get knocked out in the middle of our sleep. He just come and wake us up and we just start dancing. We started doing the running man at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, man, we're tired, man. Nobody want to dance.
Damn. But your dad, man, is like one of like the smoothest like dancers out there. He knows what he's doing, man. When he pop and lock, man, it's clean. It's clean.
Man, hey, I taught my dad how to dance.
I believe that, man.
Come on.
Oh, you said earlier that you were like a baby. You weren't even born yet when that happened. I was gonna ask you, like, in order of like siblings, are you like second to youngest? Are you like in the middle?
I am. So there's 9 of us, man.
9? There's 9?
There's 8 boys and 1 girl.
Oh wow. My God.
She's the oldest, so she's the lucky one. I'm the third. I am the third youngest.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
man.
man. I believe you have a younger brother named Samson, right? Is he the youngest?
He's the second. He's my second. No, you know
Jeez.
what? Yeah, he is the youngest. I'm sorry.
You get them all mixed up.
But you got so many, man. I got so many brothers, man.
Sure.
Don't even know.
Now, Us, where are you based at? Are you in the West Coast, East Coast?
I'm in I had moved to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, I was in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Out there training with my dad, and then I had moved out here last year around this time.
Okay. It's pretty quiet in Vegas, right? Like, it's like a peaceful area.
It's quiet and it's hot.
Yeah. For sure.
Really, really hot.
Do you go to the strip a lot or not so much? It's like overrated.
Nah, man, I try to stay away from all that stuff, man. I don't.
Sure.
I don't like to be around a lot of people.
Okay,
Like,
I get that.
Busy, you know what I mean? I like to
Yeah.
stay where it's low key, stay where it's quiet, man. I like to stay to myself.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's really cool.
Us, I think a while ago, you just had a newborn baby boy or girl, and weren't you at TV?
Yep. You know what? I was actually at a tryout. I think it was Survivor Series.
Whoa.
There was my son my son was due on that Monday, but I went to the tryout on Saturday. Sunday was Survivor Series. Saturday was NXT, and then Monday was Monday Night Raw, and then Tuesday was SmackDown. But Tuesday was tryout. So, but my girl was telling me, like, go ahead and go. Like, I think he'll come late. Like, he'll probably come that Friday. So I go do the 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I think Monday at TV backstage, they're filming live, and like I just got off the phone and she's like, "Oh, I'm doing good. I don't feel like I'm gonna go into labor."
Right.
Man, I put my phone down like an hour later, and like I look up and I got like 7 missed calls.
Oh, snap.
And I'm like, damn, man, like I got the tryout tomorrow. I'm like, man, but I called my brothers. I'm like, man, like what do I do? Like, should I stay or should... He's like, man,
sure.
go. Like, this opportunity will come back around.
Yes.
Sure, of course, man, of course.
That's a once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Born, so, and man, and I'm in LA, man. Keep in mind, the traffic is bad. So
It's the worst.
Literally, they were like going live with like Seth Rollins in the back, and they were like, everybody be quiet, man. I got up right and left. I cut them off like on live TV. I bounced, man. Like,
Yeah.
Rushed out of LA, man. I made it in Vegas. I made it just in time, man, for his birth.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad you made it, man, because those moments are priceless. You got to prioritize these things. Life's too short, man.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that's the story that I can always tell my son. So.
That's crazy. Before we dive into the whole wrestling thing, this is something I really quickly want to talk to you about. Man, you were in a movie with Nicole Kidman, bro.
Oh, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, The Rock can't be that forever.
Yeah, exactly. Damn right.
That's how did that come about, man?
Man, when I had moved to LA, LA is a big scene of like, that's like where all the money is.
Yeah.
And then there's not a lot of Samoans in Hollywood neither,
Yes.
So I guess the director's been looking for a Samoan person to play that role for like 8 months.
Yeah.
So they called my dad, and they had my dad going for an audition.
Oh, no way.
My dad was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring my son with me too. He never tried it before, but he might be able to look.
Yeah.
So my dad goes in there. He reads the script. Keep in mind they're big fans of him, so they already know who he is.
Wow. Okay.
So they got his mindset on him, and then I walk in. I read the lines.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, like who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm his son."
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to call you guys back. And
Okay.
Next thing you know, it's me and my dad battling for the spot.
Wow.
The day after, I got a call and say I got the part.
Damn, that's amazing, man. That's crazy. The movie's called Destroyer, by the way. And your character was Taz Ferner. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Taz. He's an ex-military Samoan guy.
Wow.
And, he makes illegal guns.
Wow.
And everybody in the town only knows I make them.
So
Yeah, man.
is this your first acting role? Were you taking acting classes prior to this?
Nope. This is my first one.
Damn, that's when you know you're like a legit actor.
He's a
because
natural, damn it.
It's just he just feels it and he does it. You know what I mean? Like he just lives. It's just that simple.
And like, it's my first time, man. And like, I got like, there's like 200 people on set just staring at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I just better go in there and just act natural, like just go in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, I pulled it off, and I was like, I was very surprised, you know.
Yeah.
Especially going with Nicole Kidman, man. Come on, man.
That's, I mean, A-list, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. How many people get to say their first movie is with Nicole Kidman?
I know, man. Not even like John Cena, you know? Like his like
Exactly.
it's
Not even The Rock. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure, man. And I think that's the best way to approach it, you know, because I feel a lot of actors just get into their heads about certain methods, certain this, doing that. But it's at the end of the day, it's all about pretend this is the situation that you're in. How would you handle that? And I think that's amazing, man. You killed it.
I was kind of looking at it like, okay, like wrestling is kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're doing a little acting in there too.
Yeah.
So I could just kind of go off of that. And,
Yeah.
and it just came natural, man.
Yeah, man. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, so your name, The Problem. Any inspiration from Allen Iverson as the answer?
You know what? I was looking at it. I'm like, man, that's a tight name, like the answer. But I'm like, man, what the problem? Like, answer the problem.
Yeah.
And I just started saying it over and over again. I'm like, man, that sounds pretty cool. Like, it sounds catchy.
Yeah, I like it, man.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it sounds different.
Yeah.
So, man, I was just coming up with a whole bunch of nicknames, man. I'm just like sitting there writing down the list of names, and like one by one, I'm like crossing them out. And then like the problem, like it's just stuck with me.
What were some runner-ups that you remember?
Man, I had like the Destroyer.
Yeah.
I had the Samoan Destroyer.
Love
I had
it.
that one. I had like the Samoan Assassin.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, like everybody in our family is always like named the Samoan, you know, bulldozer or the Samoan.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, I gotta do something different.
Yeah.
And it's the problem, like it just, damn, like that just stuck with me.
I like it, man. It's like has some longevity in there too, you know?
Yeah, like I started promoting it, like really. I was real nervous at first, like
Yeah.
putting it out there, but I stuck with it, and now I'm at like fans and like people love it now.
I love it, man.
Well, if I believe it, man, the fans will definitely believe it, Oos. I got to ask you, you know, Billy Gunn was a bucket list match of mine to wrestle. Your dad, Rikishi, is a bucket list guy to wrestle on the independents for me. You know, going from the independents to the pros to the independents, you know, I'm still a fan. I still enjoy it. What's like the best piece of advice that your dad, you know, tries to instill in you guys about wrestling that no one else would probably even know about?
You know what? He would always tell me. He would say, what would he say? He would say, don't let the business change you. You change the business.
Damn. That's deep.
And I was like, man, I was thinking like, man, what that mean? Like, what does it mean? And
Yeah.
now, you know how it is. You know, you're dealing with the, you know, like the politics,
Yes.
and the promoters, and you know the money.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, like never switch up, man. You know, you change the game.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, that makes me smarter than a lot. You know what I mean? Like, outsmart a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
That stuck with me.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
Have you been watching the other products? You know, AEW, everything, New Japan, everything. Have you been watching it all?
Yeah, I try to keep up with everybody every once in a while. You know, AEW. I don't really watch WWE like that unless it's, you know, my brothers or something like that. But,
Yeah.
I try to catch up with a lot of Japan. You know, I love the Japan wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
So that really catches my eyes.
I was just at a New Japan Pro Wrestling show at the Globe Theater, and I'm making moves myself. I always say just because moves aren't being announced doesn't mean moves aren't being made. And I watched the show as a fan, and I envision myself being a part of the roster, and I could honestly see myself in New Japan, you know? So just being there and making moves there, like, I get it, you know? I definitely envision the Samoan dynasty taking over AEW in a Nexus manner, you know?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like, I envision that, and it's funny, every time I tend to have someone as a guest on Pro Wrestling. There's one female, Big Swole, another wrestler, Jake Atlas. They all like get signed. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, and I don't even plan it. I just like, man, like I have a connection with these guys. Jake Atlas, Big Swole. I want them to be on Pro Wrestling, share their story, and then boom, they get signed. I'm like, what the fuck? That's great. It's only a matter of time. You know, I hope you or, you know, any of you guys, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Man, right now I'm in no rush, you know.
Yeah.
If it happens to get signed or not, man. At the end of the day, I'm gonna keep doing me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna make them come my way. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, and whine about it, man. Why nothing's coming my way?
Right.
You know, that's something personal that I gotta sit down, like I gotta make. You know, it's something that I gotta do for people to see me and want to sign me. You know. But man, you know, man, whoever does sign me, man, it's a problem, man.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, man. You know, when you started training in the ring, right? Was there any wrestlers that you looked up to in regards of style? Like, oh, I like how he does this, or I like how he does that, or she does that. Was there anyone that you were looking at particularly?
Man, I would always say my uncle, Umagi.
Nice.
Just, I don't know, man. Like a big guy that can move like a lightweight, you know, like a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like he can do it all. Him, you know, of course, my dad too.
Sure.
What better person to look up to than, you know, my father, Kishi.
I have a personal story to tell you about Umaga. So when I was like 18, I got invited backstage because Rey Mysterio's manager was working for my dad. So they invited me backstage to the cafeteria, and it was me and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time. We were eating at the cafeteria, and I was so starstruck, man. There's like everyone that I looked up to, Triple H, like in catering, Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Jeff Hardy was rewatching their match. And so I was sitting down at the table with Ric Flair's wife and another woman who I didn't know, but your uncle came up to me and my wife, and he was like, he introduced himself, and he was like, hey man, how you guys like the food around here? And I was like, oh, you know me, like I was like so happy to be there. So I was like, oh man, the food's great, man, everything's amazing. And he's like, man, you ain't got a lot to kick it, the food sucks around here. And he just like walked off.
Yeah, man, that's how he is, man. He one of those people where he can walk into the room and, you know, everybody just feels his presence.
Yeah.
And he's a man. If you know him personally, he's a really, really good guy. A good friend, a good mentor, man. A great uncle and a great father, man. You know.
Yeah.
And I know he's watching down on all of us, and especially my brothers. And I know he's proud of him. You know. So yeah, man. He's missed, man. Every day that passes. So.
Absolutely, man. And I love how, you know, all you guys in the family are paying homage to him in the ring. You know, with the Usos. I know, like your brother said, the color, it kind of represents their fandom for Ultimate Warrior, but also like a little bit of Umaga definitely in there too. But yeah, man, you guys are definitely keeping them alive. That's amazing, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Oh, go ahead, Fred.
No, you got it.
I was just gonna say, speaking of representation in this Samoan culture, how did you, in the Hollywood industry, how did you feel about Hobbs and Shaw when The Rock like really represented for you guys? You know what I'm talking about at the last scene?
Oh, the last, man. You know what? I didn't really watch the movie, but I seen like the trailer.
Yeah.
And man, I think The Rock's like he's doing great at like letting representing this our culture.
Yeah.
Like he's really, when he took it back to the when they didn't have the guns.
Yeah.
They had like the weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like man, that goes back like hundreds and hundreds of years, where that's how the warriors used to fight back in the days. Like there were no guns. That's how it was. And I think that song, man, really set it off for Samoan culture, man. And he represented it really well. And he got big cousin there, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, his acting debut.
Yeah. It would have been better if they had the Taz in there.
Absolutely, man. Come on.
It's all
Come
good.
on. But damn, that answer gave me chills, man.
Yeah,
That's
it did.
crazy.
A dream match for you. What would it be?
Probably against my brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, with them or against them?
Probably against them.
Oh wow.
That's dope. That's gonna be a good match, man.
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
There's so many of them.
No.
I don't know, man. They're both good workers, man.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, I know from experience, man. Like the Usos.
I ain't gotta say nothing. You already know.
I mean, these are guys I would work sometime 10 nights in a row on tour, never get hurt, have fun in there. It would take 5 minutes to plan a 15, 20-minute match. It's so easygoing. When they first came into FCW, Tampa, Florida, they didn't have any trunks or any tights. And at the time, I was going by Fred Sampson, and I had an F on the side of my long tights. And, I gave them my long tights because I just fell in love with them. We would hang out. We would have a blast. Fast forward to WWE, we were traveling together. We would room together. Sorona and terrible snowstorms would drive us from Buffalo to like Newark Airport, flying while Jimmy's in the back, looking down the middle of the seat. Like he was like, we've had some great moments together, and your brothers are guys that really embraced me with open arms. When I came out publicly and was able to be myself. So you guys are amazing.
I appreciate it, man. I was actually with them last week, man. They both send their love to you, man. They say what's up.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah, and we always communicate on social media, and they're the only guys that would make me laugh. Like I'm a quiet guy.
They some funny, man. They some funny dudes, man. I'm telling you, man. You know how they are.
I'll be crying my eyes out with them, man. I couldn't breathe. So I miss them dearly, being able to be in their presence, man. How is it like traveling with your dad? Do you enjoy traveling with your dad? Do you travel with him a lot?
Sometimes, man. When we do our bookings together, but I look at that like more of a learning experience.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm still learning, man. Like everything, traveling and just being on the road with him. Man. I love being on the road with my dad because he's spitting 24/7 knowledge, man.
Yeah, I bet.
Of the business, and like nonstop, man. To when I go to sleep and when I wake up, it's like everything, So he just wants to make sure, I get the business. You know what I'm saying? And I'm smart. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I like traveling with my dad.
And any funny moments that you can share, any embarrassing moments that your dad pulled on you, any kind of rib, I don't like ribs, but any kind of ribs your dad or your brothers did to you? We were driving back home, I think, and my dad was in the passenger seat. And this is my first time driving this, so I gotta put in my time. Yes.
With the OGs.
Yes.
I gotta drive and stuff. And man, I'm driving. I did the 7 hours driving and stuff, and then Pops took over, and I fell asleep in the front, and I didn't know whoever sits up in the front, they're not supposed to fall asleep. I'm green, man, so I'm just tired. Man, Pops is driving, man. He turned the wheel. He turned the wheel left real quick. Man, I woke up and he's like, hey, that's what you get. Stay up. Yeah, man. He's like, man, you ever in the front, you got to keep the jargon awake, and you got to keep the music. You got to be a good DJ.
Yeah.
If you tired, you better sit in the back. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So, man, I got scared, man. I thought he was about to crash, man. He hit that left so quick, man.
Wait, you talk about doing all the driving. Me, when I was on the road full time, I enjoyed driving. I would drive Mark Henry's big ass around. So, like, when I came out, before I came out, Mark Henry, I was new on the roster, and I had this gold sequence around my head, and he's in the locker room in front of everyone, and he was like, "Boy, why you got your hair like that? It makes you look gay." And I'm like, oh, Mark, I'm just trying to look different. I'm just trying to stand out. Fast forward to when I came out, Mark Henry embraced me with open arms. And from then on, we would always travel together, So I always tell Mark when I share the story about our encounter, I can talk about you all I want, Mark, because, you drove Yoko around back in the day. Well, I'm driving your big ass around for 5 years, man. I drove his big ass around, so I can talk shit about you all I want. I rock that big man to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of like the Usos, your brother, I just quickly want to talk about your guys' ring gear, because to me, the Usos have the most sickest ring gear ever. Like whatever they decide to do, whether it was like the colorful stuff or their street swag right now, like Fred. I always tell Fred, man, if I were to ever become a wrestler, like my gimmick, well, for your brother, it's not even a gimmick, but my whole outfit would be just like the Usos, man, because they have like so much, they bring so much swag into the ring, and the whole entrance, I mean, the theme music and everything, it's so dope, man.
Yep. What you mean, the colorful one or the black and white?
Both. Those are like definitely like right now it's like my favorite, but even back in the day when they were rocking like those shooter sleeves and the Under Armour leggings underneath their shorts and the colorful paint, that was dope too. But I love like their look now more.
I was like, man, what y'all trying to be, football players?
I know, they were doing the shooter sleeves for a while, like coordinating their like face paint with it and everything.
Yeah, they got they feet spatted up, man. Like, man, y'all about to go out there and run plays, man.
Yeah, man, that's funny.
They would waste so much tape, man. Now that I think about it, they would waste so much like athletic tape.
They wrap it over their boots, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
They had tennis shoes. They had like soccer shoes on, and they would wrap it over.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Well, with such an amazing family, obviously there's like, you guys have a legacy with The Rock, Yokozuna, your dad. What kind, for yourself, what kind of mark do you want to make in the industry?
Man, you know what? Being a lot of family members in our family, man. Everybody I gotta make my own.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I know that I am gonna do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's just done their own thing in the business, So I know when I do make my name in this business, I do make my own footstep, man. People are gonna remember, and that's all I wanna ever do when I, since I'm wrestling in this business, I need to be remembered as me.
Absolutely.
Exactly, Us. And like, my best piece of advice from me to you is always take care of that body, because you don't want your body to be a crutch when you get onto the main roster. It's only a matter of time. I'm rooting for you. Please take care of that body, man.
That's why I stopped eating that mayonnaise.
Man, you got to give up something that you love. You don't even like mayonnaise. That's easy for you.
I love ranch. I gotta stop eating that though too, man.
No, don't be scared of the rice. Just stay in the gym and don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself, man.
Yep. I hear you.
Man, I'm always been a big fan of your family, man. I appreciate you like talking to us. Like, if you haven't already, we did a whole episode on your family, like the whole Samoan Dynasty family. We tried to break down like every single we obviously didn't do it because there's so many of you guys, but we tried our best to show respect to all the amazing wrestlers and legends in your family. But if you haven't checked that out, like, check that out because we were talking about your brothers.
Okay, yeah, I'm about to check that out, man. Hell yeah.
Oos, thank you so much. We finally did it. We made it. We made it work. I know time is money, so we're gonna let you go. But moving forward, any promoters, definitely let them know. I wouldn't mind working you, man. Like I'm all about passing the baton. And
I see you over there at Cactus, man. I went over there one time.
Yeah.
But I'll be trying to get back over there, man. Hopefully we can roll around.
Please do. Jacob Fatu, I'd love to work him. I'd love to work you. Like I said, I'm all about passing the baton. So spread the word.
Appreciate it, Deuce. I will, man. I will.
And also, if a Samoan Dynasty hoodie comes my way, I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Man, what size you wear, man? I got you.
I appreciate it, man. I'm a large, Just throwing it out there.
If I ever see Usos, I'll pass it.
All right, appreciate that, man.
You better tell him he'll probably end up taking it. So that's on you.
Knowing him, yeah, he would. He totally would.
All right. Thank you, Oos. Take care.
Hey, man, thank you guys, man. You guys have a good one.
You too, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. So cool to talk to you, man.
Yeah, man, we finally did it, We were playing phone tag for quite some time.
Yeah.
But we finally did it. Time is money. We got it in. We got it out. And amazing episode, man.
Yeah.
Amazing episode. The problem is making moves. He's making moves. Man. And like I said, we had Big Swole on. She got signed to AEW. Jack Atlas, apparently, he's not returning my text messages, but he got signed, I believe, to WWE, apparently. So, the problem, he could get signed soon after this episode. And I think people secretly in WWE are watching us because I have a good mind for the business.
Yeah, you do.
I have a good mind, and any guest we have on is special to me in some way.
Yes.
Some way. So hopefully everything happens in threes in wrestling.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, he's definitely got the talent. And with the name, I think he should stick to the problem. Because that name is so memorable. Like, it's hard to forget that. And it's so easy to say. It's so brand friendly, like the problem. Like, boom. Straight into the point. You already know.
The problem, that scares me. It scares me a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You already know what you're getting with the brand, the problem. That's dope. And he's got the look for it, man. Nothing but the best for him. He's a great dude. But let's talk about stuff that's been going on in pro wrestling these days.
A lot, man. A lot. You need to have CM Punk's music, Cult of Personality,
Look in
right?
my eyes. What do you see? Cult of Personality. Yeah, we got to start off with that, man. Renee Young definitely dropped a pipe bomb on WWE backstage. What's cool about this is no one knew except for Renee Young. That's
what I'm saying. I honestly felt no one knew.
Yeah.
No one knew. And that's the beauty of it because you want people's natural reaction. You seen Booker T. Booker T's eyes were like...
yeah. And Paige, too. Paige was like, no, is this a rib?
Yeah.
As he was coming out.
Oh, my God. Is this a rib? Oh, my God. Yeah.
And it's amazing, man. The way CM Punk... He came out there that like it was... like an arena filled with thousands of people. The way he looked around, took his time, walked up the ramp.
I wish people watching it at home, I wish we would have got people's reactions from home.
Oh, there's going to be YouTube videos on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah, man. But I think it is so amazing that he's somewhat working with the WWE. At least he's tied to the WWE brand because we all know that WWE didn't hire him. It was Fox that hired him. And this is the best way for him to step back into the business a little bit.
Well, listen, on top of wrestling and doing our podcast, I'm also doing some writing for a wrestling website, Sportskedia. And I just recently did an article on CM Punk. And I said, this is a great segue for Shane McMahon, who is the best in the world in his eyes, to talk some shit to CM Punk. You just stay behind the announce table. You just hold that microphone and do your job. Eventually, Punk is going to have enough. And he's going to hey, all right. Why don't you see me in the ring? And maybe Shane McMahon and Punk can do it in a WWE style octagon match.
Anything could happen, obviously, because the way WWE brings these old stars, they always make something out of it. Like all the 2K games, we got a Goldberg match because of it. We got the Ultimate Warrior into the Hall of Fame. We got Sting in WWE, all because of something small that they did for WWE, and it just escalates into something bigger.
Yes.
So who knows with CM Punk, that might be a little transition into the ring, but I know he hates it when people talk about that, because I believe him that he's genuinely happy with this situation right now. Sure. He doesn't need to put his body through that. Maybe like one match, but I don't think he'll be a part-timer.
Honestly, you can have all the money in the world, but it's that feeling,
Yeah.
That feeling you get when you hit that curtain and you hear that reaction. Mm-hmm. It's no money in the world, nothing. And I've fucking experienced it. Yeah. I have. There's no better feeling in the world than when you're under those big bright lights and the place erupts,
Yeah.
When your music hits, or when you get that 1, 2, 3. Yeah. No better feeling, man. Yeah. No money. If I would have done this for the money, I would have complained a long time ago. I do it for the love, and because I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that loves it.
I'm so excited to see what's to come for CM Punk. I think Fox did the right thing with hiring him, because not to get all like negative Nancy or anything, I think the ratings weren't doing so well for WWE backstage. I think it even got to the point where they thought it was like like when they checked the ratings, they thought that it wasn't right. Like, wait, they had someone double check it. Like, no, it can't be this low. I think I don't know if I got my facts right or not, but I believe it was even under the 100,000s. When they're expecting millions.
Oh, this Fox show.
Yeah, the WWE Backstage, which I don't agree with, because I think it's a great show. Granted, I haven't watched a full episode. I just watched some clips here and there, but they're entertaining, man, because we got Renee Young showing her full personality, and she's such a natural talent.
So Renee is happy.
Yeah, she seems so happy.
She's happy.
She's just like happy, just like, actually being herself again. And they have fun segments, like the whole trash talk, like almost like promo class.
Yes.
So they had like Fluffy had a promo class with Samoa Joe, and he cut a promo on Samoa Joe, which was really good for him, not ever cutting a promo in his life. And Samoa Joe cutting a promo back to him, which obviously Samoa Joe always kills it. Yeah. So, and Christian too. Christian was there, and he cut a promo class with, I forgot who the other guy was, but that was like really good. It's fun because you just get this, it's almost like talking smack, but in a more professional level. But it's amazing. Oh, my wife, 143, I love you. So Cody and Jericho, man, full gear AEW was such a beautiful match.
Yeah, just the show in general, the match was incroughout Cody, his head, just looked disgusting. It was just brutal falls, brutal bumps throughout the entire show.
Yeah, man. And it ended. This is another thing that I like about AEW. Some people don't, because it's so different, but the match ended because MJF threw in the towel. He threw in the towel when Jericho had him in the walls of Jericho, and that's the reason why the match stopped. Again, treating it like a real sport, right? And I saw the MJF turn coming from day one. Like, we all know where this storyline was gonna head with the whole being the Elite or the American Nightmare family YouTube channel. MJF always there, and MJF would be super kissing Cody's butt when Cody's around, but when Cody's not around, he's like talking trash to Brandy. Like, him and Brandy have like a back and forth banter, and then Cody comes around again and he's like super nice again. So everyone saw that coming, but man, it still hurt. It still hurt seeing that. I think they played it really well, and I love the way MJF hit his low blow. It felt like a real kick to the groin.
Everything's just real about AEW.
Yeah.
Real. Cody's bump.
Yeah.
Omega's bump. Everything is just physical.
Yeah. It's amazing.
That'd be a good little triangle for you, me, myself, and Hart to have. You know? every time Hart's around, I'm her and I are alone. I'm just like,
yeah.
Then when we're together,
keeping the peace.
Yeah, keeping the peace.
That's good, man. That's funny. Another match that they had at Full Gear, which was really amazing, stole the show as well, is Moxley versus Omega.
Incredible.
One of the most brutal match I've seen.
And what did you say about Renee Young? Was Renee upset over it?
Yeah, so I heard that when the match was happening, Renee was tweeting and she wasn't happy with the match because obviously concerned for her husband's well-being. She would tweet stuff like, WTF, like, really? And I think it got to the point where she's like, all right, I'm gonna watch like cat videos now. I can't watch this or something like that. But it was brutal, man.
Renee, honey, boo boo, you didn't realize the matches that your husband has been in? I mean, come on, it's been brutal in the past, and now he's revisiting that lifestyle again. Yeah. I mean, man, you should have known. You should have known that, John Moxley's got some screws loose. He's a personal favorite of mine, but, it is what it is. You got to know, honey, what he was getting himself into.
And he's always had that great creative wrestling mind because when he was on someone's podcast, he was talking about how his match with Brock Lesnar was such a letdown because he had so many ideas for the match. And he was being so creative. He would pitch it to Brock, and like, oh, we could do this, we could do that. And, he knows that he wanted Brock to annihilate him, but he wanted to steal the show. He wanted to look gruesome and just something to remember them by. But Brock was like, no, don't worry about it. We'll do it in the ring. We'll call it in the ring. You know? Something. Yeah, Brock said something along those lines, like, don't worry about it. And he's like, all right. And he just got so pissed because WrestleMania was coming around and all these guys are already like practicing 2 days, 3 days ahead, and he still got nothing. Like he's trying to like make stuff happen, but Brock's like, oh, don't worry about it. And then the match ended the way it ended for that. But for this one against Omega, it got so creative because as a fan, I've never seen anyone pull the padding and expose the wood underneath the ring.
Whoa. We did as a Nexus.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah, we tore up the ring, baby.
Well, your introduction, right? Like when you guys bombarded Raw?
Yeah, but no one took a bump on the wood like Kenny Omega. But yeah, I think we exposed the ring.
I mean, I know you guys like tore down like the whole arena, but I don't specifically remember the ring part, like exposing the wood.
Well, damn, we'll have to watch it back. But I'm pretty sure that that we tore up everything.
Okay. I trust you.
You got me second guessing myself.
I trust you. You were there. You did it.
Damn.
But man, like that bump that Omega took right from the top rope straight into the wood.
Just the impact. I could see if you're just standing on it and then you take a blow and you fall. But from that height, wham.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's crazy because his head didn't even bounce back up. It was more like... it wasn't even like, it was like straight wood. That's what it was, man. It was so nuts. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Now, like with WWE, imagine taking a bump like that and then having to wrestle the next day or be on TV the next day.
Yeah.
With AEW, they're working once a week, right?
Yes, yeah.
So,
and they get to take bookings, here and there.
Yeah, here and there. So you need time off after that bump. Whew,
yeah, that's why Cody's saying, man, like we're starting a revolution for the way wrestlers work, and that's why a lot of wrestlers want to come to us.
Yeah. Speaking of coming to us, Sin Cara, I might be jumping the gun.
No, you're good.
But Sin Cara, a good personal friend of mine, is asking for his release.
Yeah, I don't know if he got it though, but he definitely expressed his opinion on social media. He kind of had like a whole statement saying that,
And everyone's been covering it.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's like, I'm grateful for WWE. I had so many great experiences, traveled the world, but I just want to, I have to prioritize my life. I'm away from my family. So I want to be in a place where I'm appreciated as an athlete, which makes sense, man. Which makes sense. He's been there for a while, and I feel like as talented as he is, they haven't been using him, and like he comes back to Raw just to lose to Andrade. He could have looked more like a threat.
I know how it's. I know how it's like.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but I hope he gets his release, and I hope he gets to work wherever he wants. I know he's a legend in Mexico.
With Sin Cara, fun fact, backstage fact between him and I, he's the only guy that can get away with gay jokes. He's the type of guy because he like Yeah, I love him so much, and sometimes I want to like just punch him.
Yeah.
But it's just like he just like I just have so much love for him. You know? He's a guy that I would be like, oh man, that girl's really pretty. He'd be like, what? You think she's pretty? I thought you're gay. And I'd be like, you son of a. I said like, you know.
Yeah.
I think she's pretty, man. Why do you have to say that? Well, I thought you like guys. Don't you like guys? I'm like, yeah, I do, man, but I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You know? He's the only guy, but like, I love him to death.
Yeah.
I love him to death, and I've had easy matches with him. He's very easygoing. He's tough too.
And he also rescued the Sin Cara name, right? Because a lot of people don't know this, but he's not the original Sin Cara that first debuted in WWE.
No.
It was someone else, and that's, I don't know his name, Mystico?
Yeah, he was
Mystico,
hard to work with.
Yeah, and he actually had a feud with the current Sin Cara where he was known as Sin Cara Negro or something like that. But he wrestled without a mask as Hunico, and like he's great on the mic too, man. Like when he was like a gangster, cutting promos. Like I saw at a house show, there's a video of him at that time pretending to be Sin Cara, which is kind of ironic because he really turned out to be Sin Cara, but. This was when they had the storyline like, oh, where's the real Sin Cara? And then he took off the mask, and it was Hunico was like, got your ass to the audience.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, not Hunico, but the original Sin Cara.
Yeah,
I was saying before. Honestly, he was hard to work with.
Really?
Yeah, just one the language barrier, which I'm okay with.
Sure.
But he would never give it his all. And. Sometimes he would just be out of place for stuff.
Well, that's when he called. He wanted to end the match because he broke his thumb, right? And Alberto got so pissed.
Yeah.
Alberto Del Rio got so pissed at that. Like, are you kidding me? Because he did a dive from inside the ring to out, and then he got on the floor, and then he went like this. He's like to the ref. And it was his thumb.
Uno momento.
Oh man.
Yeah, but seriously, maybe it was injured. The thumb is like a sensitive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe something was honestly wrong with it.
Yeah.
I know when I hurt my elbow, I was done.
Yeah,
I was done. I was getting the dog shit kicked out of me, and I was not getting up.
Yeah.
So you got to take these injuries seriously, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Thumb, toe, it all has to be taken seriously.
You're right.
If it's emergency for the thumb, throw up the X.
Yeah.
Throw up the X.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Alberto Del Rio. I ran into him.
I saw that
at the airport.
I saw that.
Me and Chris Masters, who we have to get on the podcast.
Yeah.
We will. I've been on several shows with him, quite a few, and he's just so fun to be around.
Yeah.
So we ran into Sin Cara. I mean, no.
Chris Masters.
Me and Chris Masters ran into Alberto Del Rio at the airport, and he was cool. He's got an upcoming fight with Tito Ortiz.
That's right.
Who we saw at the
Chargers game.
The Chargers game,
Yep.
and he's standing there like always in fight mode.
Yeah.
Always in fight mode.
Angle stance.
Yeah, and they have an upcoming fight. And he's excited for it. I'm excited for it. And we'll see how it goes. But Alberto Del Rio seems to be doing well.
Yeah, definitely, man. He looked good in your picture. He looked healthy.
Yeah.
Back to AEW, man. Chris Jericho, hilarious. Hilarious dude. Because he's the type that can switch it from serious to comedy in a heartbeat, and it makes sense.
And anything he says, like, it sells. It's a T-shirt. It's a T-shirt, and I don't buy wrestling T-shirts, but I would buy it.
I love how he was cutting a promo. It was a video saying that, he wants to be a double champion, a double champion, with Sammy becoming the inner circle, having all the championship as the world champion and a tag team champion. And the fact that he called himself the youngest world champion, which is hilarious. But I love the way he ended the video, because he said, I'm gonna be like a double champion. Have I been wrong before?
Hey,
have I been wrong yet?
Yeah.
Which is true. It's almost like Vince McMahon's back in the Attitude Era, before a pay-per-view. Stone Cold, you're gonna be fired, I guarantee it. And like, no, you said the guarantee word, because now that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
he's the only guy to beat Rock and Austin, right?
Yes, in the same night.
So
it's like winning a Grammy for him.
He's making history.
Yeah,
almost 50.
Yeah, and he's still he's like at the top of his game. That's the kind of longevity like wrestlers would strive for, you know?
Sure.
So WWE, you know, people are so fed up with the Rusev and Bobby Lashley storyline.
Wait, and is Bobby hurt or no?
I don't think I don't think so. I
Wait.
think that was for the storyline.
Oh, well, why was he on crutches again?
To like sneak attack Rusev.
Oh, okay. No, but what happened to him to get the?
He said that he pulled his groin during a situation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it was definitely part of the story, and then afterwards he hit Rusev with the crutch.
I see.
But you know, I personally like it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I like. Okay, so the storyline, like, it's a tad bit cheesy, but here's the one part that I like. It showcased Bobby's personality. And that's the reason why they did it, you know. They had the storyline because I'm sure he has a great personality, but as WWE fans, you don't get to show that. You just call him, like, the almighty Bobby Lashley, the Destroyer. We know he's a threat. We know he's good. But I think Vince McMahon was thinking, like, man, but no one really cares because they don't know who he is besides just being a machine. Mm-hmm. So with this, he's actually getting more mic time, and he's showcasing the other talents that he has, which is being hated on. And I think he's doing a great job. I think he has great camera presence on the mic, the way he delivers certain lines or his facial expressions. I think he does a good job. So that I like that they're giving Bobby Lashley that type of spotlight. But at the same time, I understand why fans are annoyed by it because no one really believes it. But who is a fan is Vince McMahon.
That rhymes. Who is a fan is Vince McMahon.
Because I believe that he's a fan because this is his type of shit. You know, this is what he loves. Like in the Attitude Era, like this.
And he's got a line too. This is good shit.
Yeah, this is good shit. Man, like I can see that Vince McMahon is pulling for this, but from words to the grapevine, I heard that he's really happy about the storyline. So I mean, if Vince is behind it, then great.
Yes, absolutely.
Did you see? Okay, so the hottest wrestler right now, the Fiend, the WWE Universal Champion, I don't think he has a match at Survivor Series right now, unless he's working an angle with Daniel Bryan, because in the last taping of SmackDown, he attacked Bryan in the locker room, so that might be a thing.
Yeah, that could be a thing. Or I mean, does he need to defend the title at Survivor Series? I mean, there's a lot of mega tight matches on the show.
That's true, but I'm old school in a way that like any world championship should always be defended at pay-per-views, right? And originally, I think that Fiend storyline was supposed to go for The Miz, because after Hell in a Cell, The Miz was scheduled to have Miz TV as Bray Wyatt as a special guest, but due to travel issues, he couldn't make it, so that got scrapped, and I think it just got scrapped completely from The Miz, and I think they gave it to Bryan, obviously, with what happened on SmackDown. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy that it's with Bryan and not The Miz, because that's more of an intriguing storyline for me because of the whole Wyatt family and Daniel Bryan history.
Oh, yes.
And they definitely have history there, so they can revisit certain stuff from the past.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's like...
that's real interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they can reform and become a faction, huh?
Not right now.
I know not right now, but I can definitely...
Something could happen.
See them all coming back, but as like a foursome.
Yeah. But I think if the Fiend were to have someone in his corner, I want it to be Bo Dallas.
Absolutely.
He's such a talent, man. Like,
it all makes sense. And bring the sister.
Yeah.
Bring Micah, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember when Bo Dallas kind of had a little bit of a revamp. This is before he super tag team with Curtis Axel.
Yes.
He started to look crazy. He grew the beard and he had the sign, right?
Yeah.
Like the picket sign or whatever. And he worked that. Yeah. I believe that. And I think they cut that a little too short, and they made him tag with Curtis Axel, but him on his own, he's a star.
Absolutely.
And if you give him the ball, I guarantee that he will run with it and he'll be a main eventer, because just like it's in his blood. 2, he's naturally talented. 3, I mean, man, he's just a good worker.
Yeah, when he's serious on TV, he's scary.
Yeah, his face.
Yeah,
right?
his face, right?
Yeah.
But like backstage or on tour, he's the nicest dude, man.
I'm sure.
He's the nicest dude. And like I was telling Micah, I'm like the mother on tour. Like, Taylor, you're leaving your suitcase. Taylor, you're leaving this. Taylor, your phone in the seat back pocket.
Yeah. You're like his babysitter.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like his babysitter. I love him.
Yeah. But man, I just want it to happen one of these days. Which is weird because I think in 2K20, when you buy the like creep in the night package or whatever, the first opponent that the Fiend wrestles is Bo Dallas in the game.
Wow.
But man, I'm telling you, I hope Bo gets that opportunity because he's gonna shine.
Absolutely. But and he would obviously maybe change his attire or no?
I hope so. Yeah, because right now his attire makes no sense. I don't get it.
So it would be more.
It could be more street clothes,
or
like
would he
white
have a mask
family.
too?
I mean, if he has a mask, I think it'll be cool if it's half a mask.
Yeah.
Like to show a little bit more of his face
Yeah.
because he can definitely sell through his face.
Yeah.
Like with I feel like
I know someone's watching us and they're gonna take our ideas.
with the talent like that, I don't think you should cover up their face, right? Because he shows so much emotions in his face that it almost be taking 50% of his character. And yeah, man, I think Bo's perfect for it.
He is.
Other news, not too big of a surprise, but the Colognes officially no longer in WWE.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is news to me, man.
Yeah.
This is breaking news. I had no idea because I don't read the dirt sheets a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They asked for their release, or
I don't know who, but
no. But what are the dirt sheets saying?
That they're just no longer with the WWE.
So are they saying released?
I don't remember.
See, it's funny because like when Goldust, I don't know if when Goldust left, I don't know if they said released. I just know with me, like I feel like my last release was the last like release. You know what I mean? It was like me, Emma, and I forget who else got released at the same time. It's like three of us, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like the last time. It's been over 2 years. I feel like that was like the last time like the official like boom, release.
Well, there's rumors, I don't know how true it is, that Vince is going to make another round. Of like
releases?
Tightening the roster.
That's surprising to me because I feel like they're holding on to guys because of competition, and obviously competition is good. Who would you like to see like jump ship to AEW? Maybe that's not being used.
I think it'll be.
I like Dolph.
Dolph, yeah.
I like Dolph because I feel like if he gets on the mic at AEW, he's gonna be like even more fired up. You know?
This might not make sense to a lot of people because this is a very selfish answer, and I know this person would never want to do it if it was up to him. But if like Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins go to AEW, I think it'll be really interesting to see how they would rebrand themselves because obviously Zack and Kurt, they're WWE guys till the day they die. You know, they're a lifer. They watch WWF as kids, so that's where their heart is. And I think it'll be interesting to see them wrestle at another company. Now, Kurt Hawkins done it for TNA as Brian Myers. He was actually the TNA Tag Team Champion.
He was?
He was, yeah.
Oh my goodness, I don't remember.
Yeah, but Zack, since he got signed after OVW, his whole career has been in WWE. So I wonder how Zack would react to that change. And it'll be interesting to see him being used at a more important role because whenever they give Zack Ryder the ball, he always runs with it. You know, he has the fans behind him with the U.S. Championship run and the Raw after he won the Intercontinental Championship the same night he lost it. Zack was white hot, man. The whole crowd was hanging on to his every word, and it was funny. It was real because they know him. They know his story. He was talking to The Miz, right? And The Miz was saying, like, it should have been me. Like, he took my WrestleMania moment. And he'll say little things that people would really say, and he's just like, sucks for you, bro. And everyone popped. Like, everyone popped because he know that he means it, and it's such a Zack Ryder answer. So it would be Zack Ryder for me. I don't think Dolph would do it either, man, because now
what, the money?
I think he's I don't know. I'm not speaking.
Look at me. What, the money?
I feel like, he's great financially.
Yeah.
I think if he would wrestle, it would be with WWE. If not, then he'll just do straight up stand up comedy and all his other interests, like, I don't know, politics. Isn't he like on, like Fox or something like that, where he talks about politics?
Yes.
So I think if he's not wrestling in WWE, he'll venture out to do other things. I don't think he would wrestle to another company.
It's funny, like Dolph and his brother. I was just talking to JTJ from Crime Time, who in the future will be on Pro Wrestling in December. He's coming out with an app. So I see him all the time, 2-3 times a week at the gym. I'm like, man, we need to have him on Pro because we've got history and we've got a story.
Money.
We've got a story. And I was, and he was talking about Dolph Ziggler's brother, and if I had done any improv, because he does a lot of improv, Dolph's brother.
Wow, him too, huh?
Yeah. So I said I was supposed to do some improv with Dolph's brother, but when we got there wasn't enough people in the crowd or whatever. So whatever, eventually we'll connect again. But both are totally different. Like Dolph is like very like loud and like he'll give you a look, and you don't even have to say anything to him. If there's an awkward situation, he'll he shows it in his eyes and then just make you crack up laughing like, oh, that was weird. Like he just shows in his eyes, and his brother's the opposite, very quiet like me, so. But
it was interesting though, because when I saw him wrestle during your event, he had the same mannerisms as Dolph in the ring. Like same the way he talks. But I'm like you said, I'm sure that he's different.
Yeah, one-on-one he's very, hey Fred, how's everything? It's good to see you, man. But Dolph's like, hey Darren, how are you, man? It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. What's going on? You know? He's like very like, it is what it is.
Yeah, who's older?
I think Dolph's older.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Dolph's older.
Yeah. So last thing I want to talk about is all the crazy, like briefly run over all the crazy matches at Survivor Series, the big ones at least. Brock and Ray, it's gonna be an epic match because this is something that Ray's really good at. Little man versus the giant. He tells a really great story, and Ray is a great. He always plays a great victim. The way he sells, the way he carries himself, so you root for him. And we talked about this before. The most fun matches of Brock that I've seen, it's not against Braun Strowman. It's not against Triple H, but it's against smaller guys like AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan. So I think with Ray, it's going to be another epic match that's going to definitely push Brock to the limit.
Definitely. I have a feeling that somehow Brock's going to, somehow get tied up in the ropes, his neck.
That'd be good.
And Ray's son, Dominic's gonna come with a plastic bag and put over Brock's face,
That's so good, man.
That's the only way you're gonna.
That's so good.
And I'm thinking of that as we speak.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna take out Brock.
Yeah.
You know how Mick Foley would get his neck caught in the rope?
Yeah, that's scary.
Exactly. Even I've tried to how do they fucking do that? Because the ropes are tight, so maybe, I don't know if they loosen them, but I don't know. It's a dangerous bump. But that's the only way you're going to beat Brock. He'll get tied up in the ropes. He's trying to get out. Dominic comes running out. The kid.
Yeah.
He's just a kid. He puts a plastic bag over his head, and Brock's like...
So so that idea is amazing, but I know WWE definitely won't do that because of
kids.
No, not because of that's murder. You know what I mean? Like having a plastic bag to the point where he can't breathe.
Oh, is it?
But you know what he should do?
Well, that's what you got to do to beat the beast.
But here's what you do though. We'll take your idea of him being stuck in the ring, his neck, and so he's stuck like this, and Dom comes in and throws in chair shots to the head.
Ooh.
While he's stuck.
Yeah. I know someone's watching this.
Yeah.
And they're going to take our idea. Make sure we save this clip so I can keep reposting it,
Yeah. So I think it'd be so sick if that happened and it's just Dom free chair shots to the head on Brock.
Yeah, and then as he's doing that, 619 into the stomach, wham, 619 because he's tied up in the ropes, so his stomach is exposed. So boom, just keep hitting the head, 619.
Yeah, that's so good, man. And you know, like I'm not a fan of like of matches being stopped, or I always want a clean finish. But if that's the case, if we're going with your idea, like I'll be happy with Ray being disqualified. You know, and that's the way it ends.
I want him to win, man. No, I want him to win the championship. He's got to.
I want him to win too, but I'm just saying, like, if it gets to that, like, I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, he's got to win though. Yeah. He's got to win. But anyway,
I love Ray to have another run as the WWE champion.
Yeah, absolutely. He looks great and everything. Yeah, Why not?
And because his first run was only one, not even a full day. He won it on Raw, and John Cena beat him the same night. But at least it's in the record books.
Wow, you know your facts, man. Yeah. That's why, like, anytime Arnold drops knowledge on me, I'm just like, wow. I can't question it because I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the record books at least. Like with the whole Cody and Wade,
and
right?
And folks, he has no notes in front of him. Yeah. Like, it's off the professor. Like, interesting. That didn't know.
Yeah. Man, it's wrestling. That's all that's on my TV, man. Yeah. But what else is going on, man? Oh yeah, the men's Raw versus SmackDown and NXT. Corey Graves said something really interesting in his podcast, and it's kind of woke me up a little bit because it's true. He feels that the whole brand bragging rights thing, it doesn't make sense. You know, whole like if SmackDown wins, they're victorious over the Raw brand NXT. He thinks that's stupid because no one's ever been like, yeah, I'm a SmackDown guy all the way. Screw Raw, you know? So I think to him, it doesn't make sense that if they win, it's just all about bragging rights. I think something needs to be at stake. So maybe if like SmackDown wins, all the like wrestlers that represent SmackDown get something at WrestleMania, or SmackDown gets a certain advantage over Raw or something during WrestleMania instead of just like, yeah, we're the better show, because who cares, you know? Like no one thinks like that. And I think that's a valid point. What else is going on, man, for Survivor Series that I didn't talk about? Oh, the women's triple threat. That's gonna be amazing.
So it's NXT, Raw, and SmackDown.
Yeah, and the way Bailey is coming out of this, I think she's gonna be the one that benefits the most because, you know,
I like her as a heel. She's been killing it.
I love the fact that she's going like back and forth, like saying like, oh, like, you know, all you like everyone's talking about all the other two women, and you're just gonna leave me out of the conversation. Need I remind you that I am the only Grand Slam champion of WWE, tag team champion, NXT champion, SmackDown and Raw champion. So, and you know, this is for her, a chance for her to elevate her character.
Oh, for sure. I saw Bailey's boyfriend at New Japan Pro Wrestling, Aaron.
Who's that? Is he a wrestler?
Yeah, he's a wrestler.
Oh, nice! Wow.
I seen him at New Japan, and he's doing his thing.
Wow.
I'd have to show you his Instagram.
Yeah. What's his style?
It's maybe high flying.
That's cool.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Yeah. Man, I think Survivor Series is gonna be so different this time, especially with NXT.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like seeing them on SmackDown. I like seeing them just in general.
Yeah.
They got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're on Wednesday and they're on Friday, so a lot of traveling, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah, back and forth for them around this time with the whole crossing of the brands. But we'll see, man. I think it's gonna be a good show for Survivor Series.
I'm looking forward to it.
So I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Oh, that's a good place to wrap it up? I think so too, man. Dynamite episode. Finally, we got the problem.
Yeah.
On Pro Wrestling. Episode 31.
31, right? Yeah.
Episode 31 in the can. Making moves, man.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. And until then, we'll see you next week.
Block the hate, baby.
Boom.